Hello, am I online? Hello, there you go.
Buhay Online. Chikahan at kaalamang pangkabuhayan. Ating tunghayan, pakinggan at tuklasin ang mga pangyayari at kaganapan sa mundo ng online. Buhay Online. Chikahan at kaalamang pangkabuhayan. Alamin ang pinaka-latest trends mula sa trabaho at kung hanggang saan na ang narating ng teknolohiyang ito. At ngayon, narito na ang ating host, ang ating Techie Mami, si Jaye Bautista.
Hello, sorry, na-late po tayo ng konti. I'm having a bit of connectivity problems. I think it's actually my laptop na bumibigay na yata. But I hope you can hear me and you can see me. Okay, everybody. Happy Tuesday, magandang umaga. Almost tanghali. It's May 11 already on a Tuesday. At of course, we're here sa Buhay Online with yours truly, Jaye Bautista. At napakainit. And it's getting even hotter. 40s tayo no? Sobra. And um, we're still on the subject, of course, of how to thrive in this pandemic situation, no? And of course, masyadong konektado sa pagiging online itong pandemya because like we said in the previous episodes, the internet has played such a big role in this pandemic talaga. Thank God for technology and internet. We are able to keep sane. We are able to work. We are able to survive at to communicate dahil sa internet and technology. And nakakatulong ng malaki ang pagiging online, right? Sa pandemic situation. Of course, uh, hindi lahat merong internet, pero of course, uh, dahil halos lahat may cellphone, so we are able to use the internet to cope with this pandemic situation. So ang ating pinapag-usapan is yung mga negosyo or mga trabaho or paano tayo makakasurvive in this pandemic situation. Primarily sa pangkabuhayan, right? Uh, millions of businesses kasi, millions of businesses around the world had to learn how to adapt, di ba? And reinvent themselves during this coronavirus pandemic, di ba? Yun na nga, because we have been given time to re-examine yung mga negosyo natin, re-examine yung mga buhay natin, tignan kung anong pwede natin pang gawin at anong pwede pa natin magawa. Especially ngayon, right? We have been through it for a year. Nakasurvive tayo nitong taon na to, na isang buong taon. Siyempre, maraming negosyong nagsara. Marami ring nagbukas na mga bagong negosyo. And this is based nga on the fact na, ayun na nga, ang mga tao naging mas creative, at saka at the same time, this pandemic situation has given people parang more accountability or more sensitivities na magtulungan, magbayanihan uh, all over the world, magkapit-bisig because right and we are able to do this also online because nga we can connect ourselves to not just local or Philippines, di ba global yung feeling na pagtutulungan, right? And yung mga negosyo ang nagsuffer a lot. Pero like I said, people and businesses have been given time to re-examine themselves during this coronavirus pandemic. Those that readjusted to the rules of this new economy have thrived. Diba? Yung mga adjust at nag-adapt are thriving and they have seen exponential growth in the face of global adversity. Siyempre, yung mga hindi nag-adapt got left behind, right? despite the unforeseen events of 2020, it was the year that businesses had to make a choice, 'di ba? Uh, kinailangan nating gumawa ng paraan, kinailangan nating mag-decide nitong the past 2020. The economic shift caused by the pandemic is drastic for some companies. And it's pushed companies to adapt or die, di ba? Ano yan eh, do or die, di ba? Do or die nga, adapt or die. And of course, a lot of that had a lot to do with going digital, putting your businesses online and using the internet to your advantage. For many businesses, this was the year of innovation and prosperity. If you embrace social media at e-commerce, yun na yun, di ba? Nakatulong ng mabuti para sa mga businesses na brick and mortar, sa mga tindahan na physical, nagpatuloy ang kanilang negosyo kasi dinala nila ito online, right? Naghahang ang aking broadcast kahapon pa at the other day pa. But anyway, I think it's the interconnectivity. PLDT, hello. But now, it's time for your business not merely to survive in the market, okay? But to thrive. Meaning, para magpatuloy or tumuloy-tuloy ang ating mga negosyo at pangkabuhayan. Di ba? Yung choices nasa atin eh. Let me give you some strategies to reinvent your business into a more prosperous one this year. Okay? Una-una na nga, sinabi ko, anong kinakailangan gawin para mag-prosper itong 2021, itong taon na to na tapos nandito na tayo sa first quarter, natapos na natin ang Q1, right? I mean, of course, we have to admit the pandemic brought about the disruption, diba? Na-interrupt or nagulo ang normal demand and supply pattern ng mga tao, right? The new demand and supply pattern involves identifying kung ano yung need, tsaka responding to the market. Yun na nga yun eh, because nag-iba yung mga pangangailangan ng mga tao. Hindi na ng no normal. Yun na, yung mga PPEs, yung mga protective and equipment, maraming mga big companies or conglomerates, including Amazon, tsaka and Uber Eats, yan sa Amerika, recorded their highest sales last year. Diba? Doon pa sila talagang bumenta last year. Bakit? This is because they adapted to the consumer's needs. Diba? Inadapt nila yung kanilang services and goods according to sa pangangailangan ng situation at ng mga tao, right? They adapted their customers to their customers' needs during the pandemic, di ba? Anong ginawa ng Amazon tsaka Uber Eats? They delivered their products to customers' doorsteps. Kaya nga, yun, di ba, lumakas din ang negosyo ng mga delivery, right? Kagaya ng sinabi ko kahapon or the other day, right? Home food delivery. Lumakas, right? Ang home food delivery. Hindi lang home food delivery, pati goods and commodities, yung mga product, di ba? Yun na nga, last year, ayan, hindi lang Uber Eats, but all over the world, dito sa atin sa Pilipinas, ang Lala Move, ang Grab, Express, at hindi lang yan, maraming ibang mga delivery companies na nag-emerge to service nga yung mga needs ng customers. Mobile business, like, ayan, naging yan ang nakita nating mga negosyong umusbong, right? At nagtathrive hanggang ngayon, mapatuloy. Like yung mga, syempre nawala lang yung mga angkas, ganyan kasi bawal social distancing. Napunta lahat sa delivery. So lahat ngayon yung mga angkas na yun, nagde-deliver na ng pagkain, or even mga private citizens, they make food and deliver it themselves, right? Using their personal cars or personal, yung mga vans, all over the world, right? Food delivery, services delivery, goods delivery, or maging yan ang nag-thrive na negosyo. Okay? So, the businesses that succeeded last year were able to adapt to the new economy's demands. Yun na nga, yun eh. To adapt means to listen to customer needs and deliver services in a model that corresponds to their needs. Ibig sabihin yun na nga, tinesting na natin yung market last year, nakita na natin kung ano yung mga negosyong nag-proliferate or umusbong or dumami. Kasi nga, alam na natin kung ano yung needs ng customers na yun eh. Naiba na, right? Naiba na ang needs and demands, right? So, the first step, diba, to growing your business this year is to adapt to the market needs. The best listeners, diba, we're the greatest winners in all this and continue to win. Kaya pakinggan natin yung pulso ng tao, no, kung anong kanilang kailangan, right? That is the point there. Excuse me. Okay? So, ano ang mga, ano pa? So, ang unang-unang sinabi kong strategy is to adapt to the people's needs. Adapt to the market needs. Sunod, of course, yung paulit-ulit na sinasabi natin na kailangan gawin is to go digital, right? My broadcast keeps getting interrupted. What is going on? PLDT. Oh, which last night pala, kwento ko lang on the side, my God, I experienced my first blackout. Hindi brownout eh, blackout here in Pampanga kagabi. Nakakaloka. Ang init-init. Akala namin hindi na magkakailaw. Diyos mio, I was teaching pa naman. Talaga, tuloy ay yung aking mga estudyante ay nawala kagabi. I lost income last night because 3 hours we didn't have ilaw dito sa Pampanga. Nakakaloka sa init. Pero at least nag-on pa rin yung ilaw. Mga past 12 midnight, biglang bumukas na ulit yung, bumalik na yung electricity. Pero that was, I experienced my first blackout here in Pampanga. Tapos ang parts pala Pampanga, pag walang ilaw, walang tubig. Buti na lang kami meron. It has something to do with saan ka konektado. But anyway, okay. Tapos na yun. Tapos sa blackout. Balik na tayo. So, ano yung sunod ko sinabi? Go digital, right? Businesses should know by now, okay? Should know better by now na pag hindi ka online, you lose. You snooze, you lose. Pag hindi ka sumakay sa bandwagon ng pag-online, nalagay mo yung milk tea business mo, lagay mo yung Tokyo Tempura business mo, lagay mo yung kung anong business mo online. Kasi importante, pag hindi ka online, you don't exist, right? Because nowadays, right, that's where people look. Social media, right? Hindi na masyadong nanonood ng physical television show tapos tingnan yung commercial doon. Because ang mga tao, halos lahat merong cellphone at may data sa phone na pwede silang mag-live stream, pwede silang manood, right? Kagaya ng ginagawa niyo sa akin na yun, right? So, going digital doesn't mean that you need to have 1 million followers to make a difference. Hindi naman ganon, right? Even with 100 followers, isipin nyo, even with 100 followers who are your customers and can reach out to you, you still have an online footprint, right? Di ba? Pinag-usapan na natin yan, establishing an online presence, some past episodes, and then creating an online footprint, right? So, magripaso na lang dyan na another time. Basta interacting with your customers online goes a long way to grow your brand and your business, di ba? You can achieve more in the digital world than you can in real life nowadays, right? For example, if you host an in-person conference, kunyari, for 100 people, mapupuno ka agad yan kasi 100 people yung friends mo eh, for more than that, diba? But you can host a live event in Zoom and have thousands of people attending instead of the in-person conference na 100 people. Lumaki ngayon yung network mo, lumaki ngayon yung expanse ng ano mo, ng reach ng ano mo, ng communication mo, right? Instead of 100 people, kunyari, sa seminar mong ginagawa in person, nakasya sa room, ngayon, thousands na pwede, right? You can host a live event on Zoom and have thousands of people attending. These limitless opportunities are presented by going digital. Diba? Truth be told, talaga naman, ang marketing strategies at saka advertising has changed so much because of technology and because of going online and social media marketing. Okay? The point here is to connect and communicate with your customers online, di ba? When you take advantage sa pag-digitize ng negosyo nyo, you're sure to have a thriving business, di ba? You could start by posting your menu on your Instagram page if you're in the hotel industry, okay? You can also post business, okay? Di ba? Lalagay mo yung post menu mo pag restaurant ka, and then sa Instagram o kahit saan, kahit sa of course Facebook, lagi. Kasi lalo-lalo na if you're an existing business at gusto mo pang magpatuloy ito sa pandemic, yan talaga, you go digital, right? You put your advertisements that used to be on billboards or in the newspapers, put it online because dyan nakatingin ngayon nowadays sa mga tao sa social media, right? So you could, if you're a restaurant or a hotel, you could post on your Instagram page, your Facebook page, even your Twitter account, right? Even sa LinkedIn. If you're in the hotel industry, pwede mo rin gawin. You can also post business consultancy, right? Video content online. Hindi lang I keep hanging. What is happening? All right, so you can post any kind of business online. Even consultancy video content to get clients online. You can do that. You can put an infomercial online, right? You can make a viral video of your company. Go digital with your business, and you'll never go wrong. Proven na to ngayon for the past few years, right? Okay, ano pa ang sunod? Be cost conscious. Cost conscious meaning isa sa mga winning strategies is to be conscious of your pricing strategy. Yun na nga eh. Kasi nga, it's a, hindi lang dog eat dog, it's a, it's a content world nowadays, right? Tsaka yung pricing. Your pricing strategy should have changed in 2020, diba? Nag-adjust. Of course, we have to face the fact nowadays, grabe, mahal na ang bilihin, mahal ang pagkain, mahal ang baboy, my goodness. Halos mas mura pa nga ngayon nowadays ang pork kesa sa beef, right? Di mag-beef na lang tayo. But anyway, your pricing would have changed by now from your experience from last year. Being cost conscious means serving your customers at both high price points and low price points. Yun nga, di ba nakikita nyo ngayon talaga merong budget meals or budget amount, budget price sa regular price. Siyempre, nagkakatalo yan sa sa size o dami ng binibigay niyong pagkain or whatever. Pati mga promo tungkol sa mga goods and services, right? Nandun yan. Being cautious nga kasi means mag-offer kayo ng dalawang price points. Isa pang way to achieve this is by increasing the number of products such that you have high-priced products and low-priced products, right? Ganun yan talaga. Dumami ang product line nyo para marami sila mapagpilian. Merong syempre low, medium, and high budget. Pwede rin yun, okay? Of course, everyone would imagine that lower prices wouldn't be worth considering kasi iba na iniisip nila quality, right? Ganun naman tayong lahat. Kasi naman talaga, I've been guilty of ordering cheaper stuff online that came to me so crappy looking. Diba? Hi there, Jake. Good morning. Good morning, Jake. Thank you for being with me today. This Tuesday. Okay? Yun na nga. Sabi ko nga, most of the people, pag inisip nila lower prices, hindi nila nagusto kasi cheap o yung quality pangit. But lowering the costs of some of your products doesn't mean you'd run out of business tomorrow. Diba? Hindi mo naman ikakalugi yung babaan mo yung presyo ng mga iba mong goods or pagkain. When you offer so much value at a lower tier, diba, it gives you the chance of customer acquisition, diba? Yun lang naman eh. Babaan mo ng konti para makakuha ka ng mas maraming customers, right? The motivation cost will make the customer not feel the pinch when they upgrade to a higher price tier. Talaga. pagka talaga in-upgrade na nila yung kanilang buying na capacity, right? Offer starting products at a lower price to make them accessible to everyone. Ganun din sa pagkain, di ba? Mag-promo kayo, buy one, take one, or yung, kunyari, buy a regular price something, tapos yung the next purchase mo, mas meron kang 5% off or whatever, or may libre kang soft drink, or may libre kang dessert. Ganyan mga promo. Then, increase its value na lang to attract a higher price. That is the essence of staying cost conscious, okay? I-balance out nyo. Di ba? Kung hindi pa kayo naapektuhan by now, nawawala ang aking broadcast. Paputol-putol. Ayan, siguro, epekto yata ito. Oh my gosh. Epekto yata ito ng aming blackout kagabi. Bakit paputol-putol yung aking connection? Paputol-putol yung aking broadcast. But please stay with me, okay? Kung hindi pa sapat yung pinch na naramdaman niya sa negosyo niya ditong pandemic, di ba? Hindi pa huli. It's not yet late to act. Okay? You'll need to adapt to the needs of your customers to stay on top of your competitors, right? Digitizing your business is a must, okay? Pag sabi nga, pag hindi ka online, hindi ka kita. Pag wala ka sa online, hindi ka kasali kasi hindi ka nila mapapansin. Dahil hindi ka nila pwedeng puntahan sa tindahan mo. Kunyari, lockdown, right? Or social distancing. Online is the key now, right? Digitizing your business is a must or you'll run out of business in the long run. Online is the future of business, di ba? Kaya, so, sabi nga nila, do more than survive. You should thrive. Sabihin talaga, lumaban ka, laban ka in this negosyo, business, by going online, using the internet to your advantage, to cover more territories, to cover more areas na hindi lang Pampanga or hindi lang Manila. Diba? Na cover more areas and be more expansive sa iyong negosyo because we are on the internet, you're online, you can even attract global diba, attention sa mga goods and services niyo. Right? So yun lang ang aking tatlong key strategies muna. 3 strategies to reinvent your business and thrive this year. What was that? Okay. I said, number 1, adapt to market needs, go digital, and be cost conscious. Okay? So, along that lines naman, di ba? Along that line naman, yun nga, kahapon, sinabi natin yung mga negosyo na nagtathrive. Ipatuloy pa rin natin pag-usapan. Okay? There are 3 businesses, in the world na instead of na nagsara, ay lumakas pa this pandemic. Okay? Sabi nga nila, according to an article written by Alto Nivel, alright, okay, these are companies that best adapted to the crisis of last year, 2020. Okay? I will give you an example of big companies na nag-adapt sa market at nag-reinvent ng sarili nila para nakapag-survive sila nitong past year. Okay? And these are these companies, the 3 companies that I have here. Okay? There you go. Oops, sandali lang. Alright, the 3 companies that have adapted and ano ba yan ginagawa ko sa dito? Are, number 1, Zoom. Diba? Ang Zoom, alam natin kung gaano sumikat ang Zoom last year. When it started already, the late part of 2019, yan, ang Zoom, alright, okay, sandali na ha. Naghahang ang aking computer. Well, of course, we know the success story of Zoom. And even more so in this pandemic, lalong nag-boom ang Zoom, right? Because uh, video calls and video meetings and video conferences started being done. Meetings of company meetings were held on Zoom kasi noon may Skype pero yung Zoom kasi it created a platform na pwede kang magkaroon ng hindi lang 100 or 50 in a classroom kundi thousands, right? And so this gave way to Zoom. At yun na nga, inadapt nila yung sarili nila sa situation. Anong mga kailangan ng mga companies or corporations is to work from home, right? Yung the work from home premise, dan sila ano talaga, gumaling at naging sikat dahil ang mga companies kailangan ng mga conferences, video conferences, sabay-sabay all over the world na somehow yung Skype talaga na una nating mga ginamit was we're having Skype kasi sometimes has connection issues or yung clarity ng connection. Tsaka yung Zoom talaga sumikat kasi sabay-sabay pwede mong kausapin anyone all over the world, and have your meetings, have your company meetings, have your classes if you're conducting online classes. Zoom was the thing to do to use, right? And because nga, inadapt nila yung sarili nila sa situation, chinek nila yung market kung anong pangangailangan, yun na nga. They created virtual offices. They created virtual seminars, trade show places. They've created classrooms that can be conducted from anywhere in the world and any place, that's quiet. So, kaya sumikat ang Zoom. Anyway, I am having such connection problems. All right. So that's what Zoom did, right? Okay, so that's Zoom. O, balik ka na muna dito. I-unzoom na muna kita. Ayan naman, of course, next in line, of course, is the homestay business or Airbnb, right? Although, of course, tourism was halted. There was a time that Airbnb actually nagbawas sila ng mga empleyado and all that. That was in the news. Pero nagpatuloy pa rin sila, right? They did not okay. Yung I was saying kanina, okay. Airbnb, sorry, naghang kasi. So, yeah. Okay, I have a question here. Yes, yung Zoom video. Yung Zoom, yeah. The company, okay, I'm answering the question. The company reacted, ang Zoom, paano nila nagawa yung kanilang well, kasi di ba nga sumisikat na sila as another alternative to Skype before the pandemic in 2019. The company reacted very quickly to respond to the sudden increase in demand. Yun ang ginawa nila eh. Quick action. Its users increased nga from 10 million to 300 million between December 2019, right, nung sumikat sila, and April 2020. Imagine nyo, from 10 million users to 300 million users in April of last year, right? In a very short time, they opened new data centers and signed new partnerships with strategic partners, 'di ba? Kasi nung umpisa may mga bugs pa yung Zoom. Yun nga, 'di ba? Pati Malacanang ginamit 'yon, tsaka yung mga government offices. Tapos biglang merong nagsistreak na nakahubad na video na lumalabas, sumasali dun sa meeting. But anyway, naayos na nila yon, nag-zoom yung problem, naglagay sila ng more security, right? To fix that problem. It's been addressed, okay? Additionally, to address the growing interest, di ba? Gaya ng nakipag-partners like Microsoft and Cisco in video conferencing, the company launched new developments, di ba? Salesforce, okay? Isa pang company na na increase is Salesforce. The company dedicated to the development of enterprise software. Ayan ang Salesforce na company. Salesforce managed to increase subscription revenue by 29% in the second quarter of 2020 and has achieved historical results in the stock market naman yun, helping thanks to the hyper segmentation of clients and the development of innovations. Okay, in just a few weeks since the pandemic broke out, the company developed two new packages of solutions aimed at facilitating company managers and area managers to manage the safe return of their employees to their jobs. Yan naman yung mga nag-aasikaso ng mga HR situations. Okay? Of course. Oh, yan. Now we go to Airbnb. Alright? Some of us have used Airbnb somehow. Ako nakapag-Airbnb na ako. That's when we went to London with my dear Rufa and the children when we attended the London Olympics a few years ago. Nag-Airbnb kami. Hindi ko makakalimutan yan kasi most memorable. I've already attended two Olympics in my life. One is the London Olympics and one is the Beijing Olympics. Right? So yun, nag-Airbnb kami ni Ruf nung nasa London kami. Okay, so paano anong Airbnb? The technology company has been able to recover in record time from the fall in tourism. Diba? Kasi talaga, nung nag-lock ang mga travel, ang mga borders, syempre nag-suffer yung mga hotels, ang mga airlines, pati Airbnb. Right? Pero they were able to recover in record time from the fall in tourism, and that the crisis could not have come at a worse time since in January last year they were planning to go public na sana. Diba? Kasi ang laki ng kinita nila for the past 2 years. But naka-recover naman sila. Okay? Because they were able to adapt, nagbawas lang ng mga konting mga physical na empleyado, and of course, still, they're doing their marketing online. Kasi may mga nagtra-travel pa rin naman na ngayon sa mga countries na walang lockdown, right? So, they're still there. They have survived. Another company is Tesla. Tesla na gumagawa ng mga sasakyan, na gumawa ng first autonomous vehicle ba yan, yung driverless cars, okay? Restrictions on mobility during the spring of last year caused a radical drop in bookings on its website. Diba? Sorry, for a live din ang mga kapitbahay ko maingay. Ang Airbnb, 'di ba? Nabawasan yung kanilang mga booking because nga sa mga lockdown at travel restrictions. Pero ang dapat nating malaman na yung ang success ng Airbnb has been because they adapted quickly to the new habits of the regular consumers. Diba? Ang Airbnb nag-focus on offering stays close to the visitor's place of residence and disinvesting in non-strategic areas. Diba? Ang Elon Musk company has skyrocketed in stock market value 330% in the past year, surpassing Toyota and becoming the world's highest valued auto manufacturer. Ito ang Tesla. Sorry paano ko because kayo na-mention ko yung Tesla. Okay. Yung Tesla rin kasi, may mga ibang companies nga before, like yung mga ibang car companies. Well, actually, some car companies in America have closed down, but you can't imagine, diba? Pero meron nga pa rin mga nagsa-thrive sa panahon na ito. Isa na dyan yung Tesla, right? The main factor for its success has been the very high productivity rate it has managed to achieve, to the point of being close to the annual production target of 500,000 vehicles. But what's really amazing is that Tesla makes a 23.5 gross profit on every car that it makes. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I have a question here, a text. Oh, yes. Thank you very much. Miss Jane. Tama. Yung Tesla nga, uh, they're still making cars, and they're still making futuristic cars, right? In this pandemic, tuloy-tuloy pa lang ang negosyo nila, right? The company continues with its plans to geographically diversify its production. Yun na nga, di ba? Nagtayo sila ng, uh, ng production plant or branch sa China and at saka sa Germany rin. Yung China yung first Tesla na na ano sasabihin doon, production place or car manufacturer plant na tinayo outside, no? Ng country nila, which is in China. And they're looking at Germany too. Uh, so, so Tesla yun, patuloy pa rin sila. Okay? Ano pa ang mga companies na patuloy na nagka-thrive and survive in this pandemic? Yung sa Amerika, yung Home Depot. Diba? Home Depot. Sa atin, meron din ditong parang Home Depot sa Pilipinas. The chain of hardware stores knew how to adapt its offer and commercial strategy on time, canceling promotions to retailers and professionals to focus on the amateur DIY or do-it-yourself niche. As of April of this year, sorry, pedestrian traffic in its establishments increased by more than 35%. Tsaka yung bulk ng kliyente nila changed from professional profiles to amateurs kasi nga ang daming mga naka-lockdown, ang daming mga stay at home. So most of the things we're doing, tayo na yung mekaniko tayo na yung nagkakarpintero sa mga bahay natin o yung mga bibili ng mga plants or mga planters o mga seeds, ganyan. Maraming DIY. So, from professional yung clients, naging amateurs, right? In the second quarter, they registered a growth of 23% year-on-year, reporting profits of $4.3 million, 24.5 more than 2019. So, noong 2020, tumaas pa ang kanilang value, or tumaas pa ang kanilang kita. Diba? Sa pandemic yan, ha? Ano pa ang kampanya na lumaki, nagpatuloy and still faring very well in this pandemic is, Amazon. Oh, di ba? Ang Amazon. Nauna yan sa mga pag-deliver, right? So, Amazon, still doing good this year, right? Because what did they do? Because they adapted. Because they adapted to the market, right? The market demands and needs. The e-commerce giant started the year with many problems, of course. Pero, of course, in-iron out nila yon. Tinignan nila kasi kung anong pangangailangan, right? As its demands grew, diba, the news of imbalances in its logistics claimed it multiplied. Nag-multiply yung mga problema. Pero anong ginawa nila? Siyempre, nag-research, pinakiramdaman nila kung anong kailangan ng tao. So, tsaka dahil din yung mga suppliers nila, di ba, most of yung mga iba, nagsara, yung mga iba. So, product shortages nagkaroon, shipping delays nangyari itong pandemic sa Amazon. Nagkaroon pa ng mga strike sa logistics centers nila, right? They started with many problems last year. Brought about by the pandemic. But in just 2 months, right, they turned the situation around. Right? They implemented a crash plan to overcome internal problems. Ang ginawa, binigyan nila actually pa yung mga empleyado nila ng salary increases, nagkaroon ng mga training plans, yung mga ibang empleyado, work from home, mga ibang percentage. Of course, yung mga physical jobs, they had to go to the office or the warehouse, and many other concessions related to flexible hours. Okay, ginawa nilang flex time ang mga trabahador. Since then, ang Amazon, its profits have doubled. Kasi 24 hours yung kanilang negosyo, di ba? Yung pagsastock at pag-deliver at ng mga demands. Since then nga, its profits have doubled pa, and Amazon's stock market value has risen by 40%. Oh my goodness, di ba? So yan. See? Yan ang mga company na patuloy na nagta-thrive in this pandemic. Right? ginawa nila kasi, yun na nga, nag-adapt sila, nag-plan sila, tinignan nila yung costings nila, you know. So, they are surviving, they are thriving, right? Ano pa? Ano pa yung company na masasabi natin na nag-survive? It is Nestle, alright? Nestle, it is the company that has best known how to amortize kasi the value of its food brands. Ang daming brands niyan eh, di ba? Hold on, please. Okay? So it has also launched numerous innovations, di ba? Marami na rin silang ginawang innovations to adapt to the times, to adapt to the pandemic, to adapt to the needs of the people in this pandemic. So, gumawa ng innovations, nagbago ng mga product line, nagdagdag, right? Nagtanggal, in line with the new habits and spending habits and the needs of the consumers. It has even bet on the health sciences business with the acquisition of a company dedicated to just the development of food for allergy sufferers, di ba? So, naging ano sila, more mindful, naging health conscious lalo, right? Saka yun na nga, bakit dun sa allergy sufferers? Kasi di ba, yung mga virus din nakakapag ano ng allergies or yung mga sipon, whatever. So, nakipag-joint ano sila or they acquired a company that is dedicated to the development of food for allergy sufferers. Sige. So, adapting to this pandemic. So, again, adapt to the market's needs, right? It goes back to that. Ano pa, okay? As the COVID-19 pandemic has forced people to socially distance themselves and avoid public transit, it has also sharply increased the demand for used cars din that offer safe spaces away from strangers. Well, sa Amerika ganon, yung mga used car dealers ay, tsaka yung mga buy and sell din, di ba, nangyayari nowadays. Bibenta ng kotse, tsaka bumibili ng kotse because nga ginagamit para sa negosyo, yun sa pagde-deliver, whether it's pagkain or anything, or yung mga abubot, mga jewelry, mga benta ng pabango, anything, right? Yun na. Pati yung mga ganong klaseng negosyo rin, nag-survive ngayong panahon na to. Yung transportation, gamit sa ibang way, hindi lang para pumunta sa trabaho or mamasyal, para magtinda actually or mag-deliver. Yeah. Yung delivery na naman ang isang sa mga negosyo na hindi lang company, ano na to eh, personal delivery, right? Hindi na siya company. People have gotten have become more creative about using their transportation to do business with. Okay? So, ano pang mga companies ang nag-reinvent themselves to adapt to this situation? Uniqlo, di ba? Ayan, alam niyo ang Uniqlo, right? Naging in yung Uniqlo na yan for the past 2.5 years or so. But it has been, or more, it has been one of the few companies that not only has closed a lot of their physical stores tong taon na to from last year, but nag-close sila, but they have increased their number, including with a huge interactive space. Yun ang ibig sabihin. Nag-open up sila ng mga interactive space, ng mga pop-up stores, mga online stores, a mix of a store and a museum. Sa Tokyo, nagbukas sila ng museum, ang Uniqlo, right? Kasi nga nagsarado mga ibang stores nila, pero nagbukas ulit and reinvented themselves and adapted to the times. During the pandemic, ang Uniqlo developed a mask, okay, adapting their breathable Air SM fabric, diba? Which served as a hook product to increase traffic to their stores, di ba? Sabi sa inyo, adapt nyo talaga yung sarili nyo sa pandemic sa products nyo. Yung nga, may mga PPE na mga damit na outfit na kailangan ding ginawa ng mga retailers or wholesalers ng mga garments. yung mga gumagawa ng PPEs, right? Pati nga yung mga designers sa Philippines, gumagawa na sila ng PPE, right? They design PPEs for the artistas and for the regular people, of course. And that's what they did. Because we have to be more creative nowadays in this pandemic. So, in a nutshell, okay, yes, I know. I still have to say, kunyari, anong negosyo pang pwedeng pasukan this pandemic, tutuloy po natin yan bukas. Dahil marami pa tayong mapapag-usapan or mga negosyo na pwede nating magawa or mga trabaho na pwede nating gawin in this pandemic to help us thrive through this pandemic, right? So, again, okay, how do we survive and how do we bounce back from this? I gave 3 strategies that could help us. Okay, let's just review what we've talked about. Number 1, of course, is to adapt to the market, right? Naghahang yung aking broadcast for some reason. Okay, number 1 is adapt to the market, right? We have to know the new demand, okay, and of course with the new demand is the new supply that we can give, right? Doon natin i-base yung ating masusupply at magbibigay na serbisyo at mga products and goods and services depending on the demand, on the change of the demand, right? Like we said kasi, no, some companies that I mentioned like Amazon nga and Airbnb and ayan, their sales increased in 2020 because of these things that I'm talking about. They adapted the market. They adapted to the market needs, right? Of course, they went digital, right? Because, like I said, businesses should know better by now that na dapat kang to go digital sa iyong market, sa iyong pag-advertise ng inyong goods and services. There is no, wala ka namang bad thing na makukuha when you establish a presence online, more advantages than not, right? Kasi especially professionally, trabaho-wise or negosyo-wise, businesses should know better talaga than to not be online. Do not think about it, right? If you haven't already gone online to market your goods and services, now is the perfect time to do so, okay? For you to help survive and thrive in this pandemic in 2021. Mag-online ka na, right? Mag-online ka na. Sumali ka na sa bandwagon na yan kasi that is the only way to fly nowadays. Going digital doesn't mean that you need to have a million followers, okay? Kung meron kang Facebook account, meron kang 500, 1,000 followers, mabuti na yun para sa'yo kasi yung mga yon through word of mouth din, kung natuwa sila sa service mo, they will disseminate the information or spread nila sa mga 500 or 1,000 followers nila yung tungkol sa negosyo mo. If they like the service that you give, if they like the quality of the food that you deliver, ano rin yan, magsasanga-sanga, magba-branch out din yon or magmumultiply rin yung 500 or 100 or 1,000 mong followers. Magmumultiply yun through word of mouth. Kung mahusay ang produkto mo, kung mahusay ang serbisyo mo, kung masarap ang pagkain mo, right? So, even with that 100 followers of yours, okay, that you can reach out to, right? You can still establish an online footprint. Okay? So, if you haven't gone digital, the time to do it is now. Okay? You can achieve more in the digital world than you can in the real world nowadays, right? Kasi nga, hindi ka na pwedeng mag house to house kung ano ka dati, salesman or med rep. Hindi ka na pwedeng pumunta maglipat-lipat ng ospital para hindi ka na rin pwedeng even magbenta ng insurance and everything else, all those services and all those business you can do online because you can approach those people by establishing an online presence, make a page for yourself, lagay mo dyan yung produkto mo, lagay mo dyan yung service mo, and then, capitalize on your network, right? And capitalize on the fact that you can even increase your network and expand your network because you're online, right? So, go digital, right? So, yung last na sinabi ko is to be cost conscious, right? Yeah, alright. Kung mag-uumpisa ka pa lang sa negosyo, syempre, study the market, tingnan mo yung pricing all around you. At saka kung i-base mo from last year, kung existing ka na business, tama pa ba yung presyo ko from last year? Syempre, hindi na, lalo na pag sa pagkain ka. Sobra. I was just telling my partner, Jenny, na yung simple pamamalengke na lang natin, di ba? Right? Or yung groceries natin or pamamalengke, it's become triple. So, be cost conscious, right? Being cost conscious means serving your customers at both high price points and low price points, di ba? Isang way para ma-achieve mo to is by increasing the number of mga products nyo. 'Di ba? Para meron kayong offer na budget, kunyari pagkain may budget meal, pero merong regular price, may pang party price, right? Or kung hindi man ito pagkain, pati yung mga gamit or mga damit, mga bagay, mga goods and other stuff that you're selling, merong high price. Kunyari mga bags, may mga araw-araw na bag, may presyo na tama lang for a certain salary bracket, tapos meron ka ring high-end, no? So, when you offer, di ba, by lowering your cost of some of your products, it doesn't mean naman na malulugi ka na. Siyempre, i-weigh mo yung pricing mo. Ganon din sa pag-pricing ng pagkain, pag-pricing ng mga tinda mo na damit or anything. When you offer so much value at a lower price, it gives you the chance of customer, maka-attract ng customers. Tapos, yung motivation cost will make the customer not feel the pinch pagka in-upgrade na niya ng sarili niya. At least, pag makita niya na, uy, pwede pala akong bumili rin dito ng mas mahal na mga bagay. Pero siyempre, pag yung budget ko nag-increase, pwede na akong gumastos pa more, right? So that's what we need to do, right? Kung hindi, it's time to act now, right? Adapt to the market needs, okay? Go digital, and then check your pricing, okay? Digitizing your business, okay, is a must. O kung hindi talaga, mawawala ka talaga sa negosyo. Kasi that is the only way to fly nowadays, is to go digital too. Of course, right? Online is the future of business. So para nga tayo mag-survive at mag-thrive sa panahon ng pandemya, we have to use technology to our advantage and help us thrive in this pandemic economy. So tomorrow, more on the businesses to do and the jobs that we can do in this pandemic so that we can thrive and survive in this situation that we are in. Maraming salamat sa mga sumama sa akin today. Pasensya na po, na-late ako broadcast kasi I was having problem connecting. Tapos kanina pa, patigil-tigil yung broadcast ko. But thank you so much. And of course, thank you so much to my Broadstream Cast Communications family. And now, of course, if you want to watch our past episodes, we are on YouTube, right? And of course, you just please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Broadstream Cast Communicators. Meron po kaming YouTube channel at doon nyo po mapapanood yung mga past episodes namin na na-miss nyo. Alright? For more questions, of course, please feel free to field your questions through my messenger and through my email, which is jbautista@gmail.com, or of course, through Broadstream Cast Communicators page, right? So thank you so much for joining me. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Ang init-init, but always have faith, hope, and love remaining in your hearts. Diba? Huwag mawawala ng pag-asa. Habang we're alive, of course, there's always hope. And of course, one day, someday, soon, this too shall pass. This COVID-19 test. Thank you very much. And bukas po, magkita-kita tayo ulit. Alright? Maraming salamat and have a good day everyone. God bless. Naghang na naman.
Inyong natunghayan at napakinggan ang mga makabagong pamamaraan sa mundo ng online sa pamamagitan pa rin ng Broad Streamcast Communicators. Hanggang sa muli, maraming salamat po.